Hi, my name is Chandra Kerr, and I am enrolled at um, Grand Canyon University, and I'm taking a class right now, Action Research, and we were assigned to give a presentation on what our action research would be. And our professor is Dr. Hodges, and it has been such a great class. But without further ado, I want to go ahead and give my presentation. So, first of all, let's take a look at what is in this presentation. We have a summary of action plan, an overview of data collection and management plan, reflection and presentation, and then the expected outcomes and benefits for organizations and stakeholders, as well as future benefits and professional practice. And then, of course, references. So, the topic that I want to research is low motivated and uninterested online English as a second language students or ESL students. Learning a second language is challenging. And for our young people, sometimes there are reasons, underlying reasons, but they are not motivated or they're not interested. And I'd like to see if there are certain things that I can do as a teacher to inspire or encourage them in their language study. And I really felt like this stood out to me. It can be a pinnacle of succeeding or failing in language study. And that's when there's no motivation. Obviously, if you're not motivated to do something or interested, you're not going to want to do it, which is why I gear this more toward young people rather than adults. So, the overview and data collection and management plan, I'm going to use the qualitative method. I want to know the how and why. And the experimenting portion, I'm going to use different techniques and methods to find out what's going to work. I plan to use the following as tools for gathering my data. I'm going to use surveys a couple of times to get a baseline as well as data collecting. And then I'm going to use interviews, mainly interviews with my fellow colleagues that are doing the same thing, and maybe see if I can check out some methods that they use that I don't. And then, of course, as any good teacher, observations. And I really appreciated out of the action research text by Sagor and Williams that we used in our class. They encouraged using journaling, and I think journaling is effective because it's timely, and then it can be really reliable and valid in your research because it's right then, like you're writing it in that day, and it's not old, and it's going to be fresh. So I think it's a good data collector. And then, as you can see here, my management plan. The very first and most important to me is getting that permission from all your stakeholders, and those are the people that are involved in your research. For me, that's going to be my students, their parents, the company that I work with, the companies that I work with, and then my fellow colleagues. Now, pre-implementation, that's where you're getting your things together. And the baseline assessment, that's where I'm going to give my survey and then use that survey to get a baseline. Where am I in this particular topic? And then I'm going to take that and implement it into my teaching. And then at the midway point, do the gather my research from my journals, measure it against my prior assessment, make proper changes, and then implement them. At the end of this, I will wrap up the implementation and collect surveys, take the data and do the data analysis and write a report about it, and then take time to reflect on it and then do a presentation with this. The conclusions are going to be Do I need to further research, go back and do the steps again, or is it satisfactory? Did I do it? So, and I think it's going to take more than one go round. Expected outcomes and benefits for myself. I hope for change. I hope for successful techniques that will help my students, and for my students, I hope that it helps them become more motivated and exciting about their language learning. For the parents, that this will make language classes easier because their children are excited and motivated. My fellow teachers, that we may come across a technique none of us have used before, and it be successful, and encourage our students. And then lastly, for my two companies, these two platforms are the ones that I work for. And anytime your teachers succeed, your students succeed, then your company succeeds. So this is the expected outcome and benefits. Future benefits are similar to that I continue to implement these techniques and methods, and that they just continue to benefit me, my students, and my fellow teachers. It's just a fantastic method of research. And when researching this about students and their motivation and interest, if I come to a point where I find the techniques that work for each student, then it'll be worth all that effort. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate it, and hope you have a good day or a night wherever you may be. Bye.